Yeah, you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Real Late, Hot 97. My name's Peter Rosenberg, back in the crib, and today we got someone all the way from the other side of the pond, Manchester, UK, to be exact. Aitch is in the building.
What's up, bro? You good?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you. I have to say, you are hands down 100% the first cat from Manchester to bless my home studio.
Yeah, man. Sick. Happy to be here.
So why don't you we'll get to like the fans who know you, right? Who are following everything and they're like, oh, yo, Aitch is on with Rosenberg. I want to hear what he has to say. We're going to get to you all in a second, the cats who already know. Let's catch up the U.S., though, for people who have been sleeping, and tell people a little bit about where you're from and how you kind of got going on the scene.
Yeah, man. So I suppose, long story short, obviously I came up in Manchester. I still live there now. Man, basically just started spitting. This is a big, long story short, based off.
So you don't have to go that short, by the way. Give us some. Okay.
You know, Scary Movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Scary Movie. We used to watch that. There's a scene in Scary Movie where Scream is spitting bars with all the man them. I happen to find that hilarious.
By the way, okay, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember.
And then me and my boy just used to remix Scream's bars. I remember he used to be like, "I'm gonna slash you, gas you, da 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 da," whatever. So we would just remix that and just find it funny.
And this is what age are we talking about right now when you were doing this?
15.
Okay.
No later than 15.
Okay.
15, 14. And then yeah, I never rapped out loud though. I just used to write it down on my phone and rhyme and send it him. So I didn't know I could rap. I just used to rhyme. And then he was like, "Oh, you're actually sick. Like your ones that you're writing are actually good." So I'm like, "Oh yeah, mad." Now I don't remember the first time I played a beat, but obviously one day I just must have played a beat, put them joke scream bars on there, and I was like, "Oh shit, this sounds cold." So I just carried on from there. Only me and my friend knew that I could spit for about months, for like 6 months. Only me and my friend knew that I was rapping, and then I got drunk one time on the park in Manchester.
We're still talking teenage.
We're still talking 50. So 15, yeah, I'm sorry, Mum, I wasn't allowed to drink at this time, but I was on the park. I was drinking, and yeah, I just must have just got the confidence off the alcohol to get everyone in a circle and say, "Yo, listen to this." I played the beat and I just started spitting bars in front of everyone, and everyone was like, "Oh shit," going mad. It was like a movie. And then from there I was like, "Oh shit, this is lit." And now my friend was filming me and he put it on YouTube without me knowing. So I woke up the next morning and my shit was just all on YouTube, so I was pissed off and I thought, "Oh, my life's over with. Everyone's gonna just terrorize me on the net." But it started doing well, and at the time it got like 10,000 views, which in Manchester at the time especially was just crazy. It was like, "Oh shit, we got 10k. So I was happy with my friend for putting it on YouTube then. So we were his friends again, you know what I'm saying? And then that was the starting point from there, bro. I just kind of like got a taste of, I suppose, 10k views on YouTube and thought, wow, I want to get 20k next. So I just carried on putting videos out since then.
And okay, that's crazy. And it's such a very, last decade, 20 teens version of coming on the scene, right? Like this is not the same as I grew up on. But so what was the next milestone for you as you're trying to do it? What was the next thing that like caught people's attention and started to get eyeballs outside of Manchester? Yeah,
cool. Oh, just a disclaimer, by the way, it wasn't just like I didn't know about, this is for the people who don't know me for sake. It wasn't just like I didn't know about rap and then I watched Scary Movie and then I fell in love with rap.
You were also a rap fan.
I've been listening to rap. I had 50 Cent posters on the wall, everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been into rap. But
the Scary Movie thing was just the vehicle that you guys found funny.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, and then the next turning point after that, I was doing freestyles. I didn't even go to the studio for maybe almost a year. I was just like standing in front of the camera, playing a beat, spitting, putting it out there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then the next turning point was, I suppose, using certain platforms in the UK to put my music on. Obviously, I was just doing it on my YouTube channel. And then these platforms such as like P110 Media, Link Up TV, GRM Daily. I'm pretty sure you've heard of some of them.
all of them. Yep.
I came on there. Obviously, that boosted my profile up a little bit, getting my views up. And then I think, obviously, the main thing that happened was I released a song called Straight Rhymes when I was like 18. So these times now, I'm about 16, 17. I've just left school. I'm in college. I'm trying to spit bars. I'm like not famous in the ends, but like I'm known in the ends for rapping.
Okay.
So I'm like half embarrassed, still pulling up to college, getting out of the car. People like, oh yeah, you rap, but I'm still in college. So it was all like mad. And then I ended up dropping a song called Straight Rhymes. And then that was it. It just went crazy from there. I blew up from there. And then...
And what year? And now, what year are we talking about? The things that the grime dailies of the world and people started to catch on. What year are we talking about?
16, 17.
Okay.
2016, 2017. And I was 16, 17 them times. And then, like, when I was 18, literally, like, I blew up. That was it. Straight Rhymes. You can go catch that one. That was like a freestyle kind of thing. But that one just went crazy. I don't know why. I think it was just time for the UK to see something like me. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we've had... Even just being a white rapper, we've had white rappers plenty of times in the UK. But
who are the biggest white rappers out of the UK though? That is something I am curious about.
There's K Coke, there's Aitch, there is. I'm gonna sound so bad now because they're all going out my mind.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, to me, as someone on the outside who, listen, I'm far from a UK hip hop and rap and grime expert.
Yeah.
Although I would say, relative to the average American walking down the street,
Yeah,
I probably am an expert. But I'm not relative to the real world. There's not a white British rapper that stands out in my mind.
There was one from Manchester called Shifter, and he was like the one white rapper. He was going crazy, but this was like old school. This was grime. And then there's a guy called Benny Banks, who was a rapper from London. And then there was K Coke. I might be wrong here, but then after K Coke, I think it's me.
So still
maybe.
So still relatively early, and that's the thing I'm trying to point out. That's interesting, is because it took a long time for there to even be British rappers who people outside the UK were super aware of.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, there's RD as well. He's just come on the scene maybe last year, the year before. He's going crazy right now. RD is going crazy. But yeah, I think it was just time for the UK to see something like that, because the previous, like, even white rappers before me, they was still like hood rappers. They were still rapping about the hood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then I came about. These times I had long hair. I've got short hair now, but I had long hair. I wasn't rapping about the streets. If anything, I was rapping about how I'm trying to stay away from the streets and just girls and just being myself. And then I think that just clicked with the UK at the time. Perfect timing. Everyone needed that, because these times drill was like, it still is now, but like drill was like at its thing where, you know, people couldn't say certain things. People was getting arrested for the music. Like, drill was at its peak kind of thing. We all thought drill was going to start going downhill from there. I came about, whatever, that went crazy. And then yeah, I feel like I've just blinked and now I'm sat here, bro. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it, but ever since then it's just been like an elevation thing. And then yeah.
And you've already won like some awards. Let's see what this. They sent me a list on you. Let's see the list here. It's the old list here. You won the Mobo Award for Best New Artist.
Yeah.
You were nominated for a Brit Award.
Yeah.
Which is also, this is my favorite time in every interview with every British artist to point out just how much the Brits love award shows. Like, I thought Americans love award shows.
Brits love award shows.
In hip hop, we only just got the BET Hip Hop Awards like a few years ago, and that's the only real hip hop award show.
Yeah.
I feel like in the UK, there's a handful of just British hip hop award shows.
No, there definitely is, but I also feel like I thought that, but then I thought maybe British rap is like kind of like the biggest thing in Britain at the minute, you know what I mean? So like rappers are dominating the charts in the UK. So if anything, I think a lot of these things, not the Mobo is definitely for that kind of thing, but even the Brits, you know, the Brits is full of rappers these days.
It's crazy.
And that's just because of how big rap is, not even necessarily because the Brits made it for, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like genre wise, like it's just like the number one in the UK right now.
Who was the first rapper you were into, period?
Yeah.
And then if that person was not British, which I assume they weren't, I'm assuming it's an American.
Yep.
So tell me who the first rapper you were into was, period, and then who was the first British rapper you were into?
First rapper, period, was 50 Cent. Definitely, 100%. UK, probably Chip. You know about Chip?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know about Chip.
Yep.
I think Chip was the first UK guy I was listening to, because he definitely was, because I was fascinated because he came through with a song called Chip Diddy Chip. That was like his first breakthrough song. He was in a high school, people doing backflips in a high school and that, whatever. And my older cousin, she used to babysit me. She used to put the music channel on, and that's the first time I seen Chip, and I think that was it. I think I was just drawn in ever since then. But I went through a phase, when it comes to the Americans, I went through a phase with 50 Cent was my guy, and then I got a little bit older, and then I went through some mad Wiz Khalifa phase. Like,
okay, was this your finding weed phase?
Probably, yeah. Well, yeah, it definitely was. But I was like Wiz Khalifa's number one fan. I came to see him every time he came to Manchester. So yeah, it's all been a bit of a, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not really one person I could put it on.
And when you were super 50 heavy, was it everything? Where you just like was Get Rich or Die Trying, just like your everything?
Oh nah, bro. Basically, my cousin again, who used to babysit me, she must have let me watch Get Rich or Die Trying, the movie. Obviously wasn't old enough to watch it, so I was just mad fascinated by all that shit straight away. So then I just got onto his music, and then yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying, the album was the first album I had, and yeah, just went crazy from there. I've had all the albums, I had posters on the wall, everything. 50 Cent was the guy. I think still is the guy. You know what I'm saying?
So would 50 be tops of the list of people you would dream of like collaborating with?
100%. But then also in the other half of my mind is like, I probably wouldn't get the original 50 that I loved. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't really rap anymore like that, does he? So
he pops up here and there, but it feels like if you wanted to get his passion, you'd have to start acting and want to be on a TV show.
Yes, exactly. So I feel like I'll just be I'm happy to just be a fan of 50. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so an annoying, obligatory question though that popped into my mind, and I really do. I know that a lot of the Brits watching right now like just think I'm annoying and don't know shit, and I understand that I am saddled with my American culture. It is just sadly who I am. But like, I couldn't help but think that there could be an annoying presentation-wise for a long time, post like 2005. I feel like there could be a 10-year window where the international popularity of Ali G could have made it legitimately annoying to try to be a white British rapper. Is there any possible truth to that?
Well, Ali G.
By the way, I should also state I'm a huge Ali G fan. So let me not say that in a way that I'm dissing at all. I absolutely. I was into Ali G pre-America. Ali G was buying the European DVDs.
There's American Ali G.
Oh yeah. Ali G came to the US and was on HBO. The original ones that you saw the first time, including the first Ali G movie, those weren't here. Those were just in the UK.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I think I don't know. I can't remember when Ali G came out. I don't even know how old I was. I do remember watching it though. To be fair, you've only just brought it to my attention, like what Ali G is. Like, I've only just kind of like realised the whole thing behind Ali G. But
I would just think that if you were a white boy who was into hip hop, right, and dressed in any way where hip hop was a part of you, the easy way to make fun of someone would be to say they're Ali G.
Ali G, yeah. Maybe that happened before
you are kind of young for it.
I'm a bit young for that, so I can't really answer that question. And to be fair, excuse my ignorance, or maybe I'm right, I thought Ali G was Asian.
You thought Ali G the character was Asian? Ali G the human being?
I don't know. I just thought that.
We're talking about Ali G, Sacha Baron Cohen's The Ali G Show.
Are we talking about the same Ali G who tries to save stains?
Yes, exactly. You thought he was Asian?
Yeah, I thought the guy was Asian.
Well, the actual human being, Sacha Baron Cohen, is Israeli by nature. He's British. He's like Brit, who I think his parents are Israeli.
Right. Okay.
And so I guess technically, sort of, but he's really just a British dude.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what? To be fair, there was people. You can't even moan, because obviously not to that extreme, but there definitely was people like Ali G in the UK back in the day. Do you know what I mean?
Right. He didn't make up the character out of nowhere.
Obviously there's definitely certain exaggerations, you know what I'm saying, but there's definitely white guys in the UK like doing this to the police, like put under the car window so you can't see and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. But I've never thought about that. I think that's a bit.
No, it is.
Before me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's literally his biggest popularity in England would have been actually like 16, 17 years ago. So like reasonably.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What would be the thing right now that if you were doing like, if you're a press tour, because you've been spending a lot of time in the US and I want to talk about what you've been doing here, but if you were doing this right now across the UK and you were talking to a lot of Aitch fans, what's the number one thing those Aitch fans would be asking about right now that you might want to answer? And maybe some of it you really wouldn't feel like answer. But what do you think is the thing that your fans will most be asking about right now?
Good question. Many different things. Where's the album? Why'd you never post on Instagram anymore?
Okay, let's start with those two. So where is the album? It's been a minute now since you dropped a project. So when is the debut album coming?
The debut album will be coming out 100% at the top of next year, like the start of next year. The first half of next year, 100%.
And do you have any information that you're giving on this album, or are you keeping this all very generic?
To be fair, I never originally announced an album. I kind of just went missing off Instagram, which obviously we'll get to because that's what, yeah. But kind of went missing off Instagram, came back, posted a single cover called Learning Curve, which was me with all the plus size women around me. Mm-hmm. And I think because the cover was so lit, I think people thought I was dropping an album, but I wasn't, so it was a single. So everyone was like all deflated about it. It's like, oh, it's only a single before it was an album. So then from that day, everyone's just been presuming I'm dropping an album, which slightly in the back of my head I was going to anyway, but nobody knew that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
they were right, but they were right for the wrong reason.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, and then I suppose that just put some batteries in my back and said, like, let me actually get this album out now, because I did want to really. Well, I still have been taking my time with it, but I kind of it's a debut album. I want it to represent me. Obviously, I blew up when I was 18, 19, 20. I was just naturally growing up anyway, music aside. All my previous songs are maybe, to some people's opinion, very similar in a sense of the context behind it. So like, oh yeah, you just rap about girls all the time, or da-da-da-da-da, which kind of my explanation, not even explanation, but my reply to that would be, any 99% of other 17, 18-year-old boys who was in my same position at the time, I'm pretty sure you would be like rapping about girls all the time as well, like based off all the experiences and whatever and blah blah blah.
Well, and also what you're interested
what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I never rapped about girls, I'd probably lose 60% of my fans, because 60% of my fans are girls anyway. So yeah. But so I kind of just wanted to, grow up a little bit in a sense, just naturally, kind of like live a bit and just experience certain things so that I could put it into my music, because at the end of the day, I left school, I went to college, I left college, blew up.
How far did you make it in college before you?
1 year, I'd done a year, dropped out second year, and then like literally, like, not to sound ignorant or anything, but so from 18 I didn't know nothing but shows every weekend and girls and bottles and you know what I'm saying? So
you have to start gaining new life experience before
yeah, of
you
course,
can really start changing.
And even just not even when I say life experience, not even necessarily just getting a plane somewhere and flying out and clearing my head, even just being in Manchester and being around my people and my family and just naturally letting myself grow up. Do you get what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah.
All right. So then let's get to the Instagram part of it then.
Yeah.
So what precipitated that?
Originally it was because I didn't have any music to drop. Like I was planning on not dropping music for a little bit anyway. Just to whatever, just to not chill, but just to work on other things. So I thought, well, if I don't have anything to post, if I've not got any songs to release, then I'm not really interested about posting anything else. Like I'm not really one of them people that cares about, if I've got a nice outfit on, posting it. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of one of them. But then also, there's also little slight other reasons, which I do mention in the album, which you will hear. Certain personal things, and just for my own sake, just for like not getting caught up in that thing of I've got a new outfit on, I'm going to post it, but if I post this outfit I can't get seen in it again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just little childish things like that. So I just thought I'd move away from it. And also in the back of my head, just to kind of like set a little example to the younger ones, in a sense of, it's easy to get roped into things, and you see certain things on Instagram, especially in our little world, and you feel like you have to be that. Do you get what I mean? Even especially girls, you know what I'm saying? Like girls, especially the amount of attention us as men, especially like me as well, yeah? Like I hold my hand up as well, give certain girls on Instagram.
More attention.
Yeah, more attention than certain other people on Instagram. Maybe because, I don't know, they're showing more flesh or whatever, just being whatever. And then you know, younger girls will think that you have to be like this to get men's attention in it, and it's not really the case, because if I think about the long term, you know, I don't necessarily want a girlfriend that's half naked on Instagram, but I'm still liking the picture.
That's a great point. So you're hitting like, but that doesn't mean that you'd actually want to be friends with that person or spend time with that person.
Like exactly, yeah. Basically. Or maybe I'll spend time with that person, but maybe not the rest of my life with that person. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But also, as I say this, I'm not judging anyone. This is just what I want for myself. I don't want my girlfriend to be half naked on Instagram. That's just it, innit? But so I feel like, yeah, you have to set an example for these younger people, and also for the mandem's case, you know, the mandem are all getting likes because they've got the freshest Jordans on and the Louis Vuitton coat, but at the end of the day, not everyone can get the fresh Jordans and the Louis Vuitton coat, so I can't even imagine how certain people feel when they see other people on Instagram and they're doing like this. So I feel like I can be a person to kind of like set an example, like, no, don't worry, you can still be lit, whatever you, like, but you don't have to do all that extra shit.
Well, and also, I mean, it's and you can also sort of realistically, while you're trying to be an influence on other people that's positive, at the same time be teaching yourself to do that, because you're a young person and you don't want to be addicted to this shit forever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like for the rest of your life, because guess what? You're having moments right now where everything you post is fire and the amount of likes are so high. You could just post a random shot right now of your face and it'll get 10,000 likes.
Yeah.
And there may be a time in 5 years where that's not the case. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's life is ebbs and flows. Unless your name is Drake.
Yeah.
There is going to be a time when you are not that hot, right?
100%.
But like literally he may be the only person on earth who is just consistently basically scorching hot. And I think that's actually just a dope thing for you to do too, especially as someone who came up of the generation of YouTube.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you have to be an Instagram addict.
I remember, this isn't even me trying to flex. This is just me because I remembered I was having a conversation with my friend the other day, and like in the UK, like when it comes to social media, I was the first to do a lot of things. There was only maybe one or two people in the UK, rapper wise, maybe even one. Maybe it was only Stormzy before me who had like 1 million followers.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I got 1 million followers first, and like stuff like I'd get 350,000 likes 2 years ago.
Wow.
I don't get that now, by the way.
Right.
Just to let everyone, I'm not flexing on anyone.
Because you're not getting it now.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
But so like, yeah, so what I'm saying is, yeah, you are right. I came up off that, you know what I mean? And I was like flying on Instagram more than anything, like when I first came up. And it's crazy, like people stop me in the street and not even mention my music, but they'll say, I love you on Instagram, I watch your stories every day. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think.
And how did you feel about that? Like, it must be such, like, for example, you have a BBC freestyle that has 10 million views.
Yeah.
And that has to mean one thing to you. Whereas someone coming up to you and just saying, hey, I love your IG story. What do you even make of that?
I think it just opened my eyes. I feel like there's obviously a small percentage of people who maybe just see me as, what's the word? Maybe an influencer. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like whatever, but you know, or people. There's 100% people who've seen my Instagram first before my music, and then found my music through my Instagram. Definitely. But I think that's just because. Well, I'm still like on my stories. I'm definitely still active now, but I feel like ever since I like blew up, I was always on live. I was always posting stories. I was always just. I feel like a lot of the fans feel like they are a part of my life just because of how much I share with them.
But it's such a blurry line, like trying to figure out how much is a good amount to share and how much
is too much.
Yeah, and how much do you want people to just be a fan of your music ultimately and not be relying on them for you to be a person that they know.
To be fair, yeah, I'm not even too stressed about, you know, people either saying, you know, some people might say, I seen you on the fucking Subway advert. I don't even know, like, as long as I know that people are behind me kind of in whatever I do, then I'm happy, because I also understand that I can't rap for 20 years, so there is going to be a point where.
But by the way, is that really true? Can you not rap for 20 years?
All right, so I don't want to rap for 20 years.
That's a different conversation.
Sorry, yeah, you got me.
Why not? Why? What would you?
Well, I might change my. As of now, I don't want to rap for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm 21 now. I'm not trying to rap when I'm 41.
Right. What could you see yourself doing? Because I mean, with all being slightly biased at 42, you're still pretty young in your early 40s.
Oh, yeah,
what would you want to do? What would you want to do in that stage?
I just feel like, I personally feel like there's only so much you can say as a rapper. It's a young man's game, so unless I turn into Drake and I'm scorching hot forever, which is, you know what I'm saying,
It's hard.
very hard, then I don't really know, you know what I'm saying, like even me now, I'm 21, obviously I blew up when I was 18, so what, I've been about 3-4 years, like I'm not even considered one of the younger ones in the game anymore in the UK. Do you get what I mean?
I mean, that's an insane thought, but yeah, sure.
But I lie though, like it's not even a thought, like on a genuine one, like, you know. So I don't know. I just feel like I will move on to different things. If I tell you the God's honest truth, bro, I'm trying to drop a couple albums and whatnot. Take a little break, get into something else. I'll probably go missing for a little bit. Come back in my tight Calvin Klein shorts, doing a Calvin Klein campaign or something. That's what I'm trying to be on.
Okay, speaking of which, how did you end up finding such a strong female audience, which is not necessarily common for, you know, up and coming rappers? Besides their obvious sex appeal that just, you know, just when he came walking down the hallway in my building, I heard the old Jewish ladies in the hallway screaming.
I know, yeah. We have to tell them to calm down.
Well, besides that, what is it you think that sort of cuts through to women?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know that. I don't know that the answer to that. I think maybe some of the stuff I say, maybe certain other people are not comfortable with saying out loud. Some people are, definitely. You know, some man are from the roads. Some man aren't trying to admit that they do certain things. You know what I'm getting at.
You're talking about eating pussy.
I'm talking about eating pussy.
Right. Real talk here.
Yeah.
This is important talk we got to get here.
This is an important talk.
Was that a big moment? Was there a pussy talk moment, pussy eating talk moment that really set things apart?
I think I've just always been talking about pussy. Say that again. Oh yeah, but I've got a song called Taste, which
let me guess. It's about eating pussy.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. It wasn't intentionally, like it just happened. It came out, but yeah, I feel like not even just that, but you know, just certain things. I suppose I'll say certain things. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a funny accent, but some people like it.
I did not notice the accent.
You know, it's okay.
No. I thought you were from the Bronx.
Oh, no.
But the Manchester accent, you sound different even than British rappers also.
Exactly, yeah.
Because Americans will hear you and we just kind of all put Brits in the same thing.
Yeah, but
your accent's different.
Yeah, for anyone who don't know, I actually sound different from people to London, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, them man would say London, I would say London.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's amazing. So that's when you're from Manchester, you get to pull off the I like your accent shit just going to London.
Just going to London.
That's incredible.
I just got to say,
move.
even our favourite word, pussy, like them man would say pussy. I would say pussy. But for some reason it's the at the end that just, I don't know.
They love it. They love it.
Yeah, I suppose so. So yeah, just little things like that.
Wait, who's the most famous, besides the obvious, who's the most famous people ever? Who are some of the most famous people ever from Manchester?
Well, obviously, there's Oasis and the Stone Roses. If you don't know them, that's Oasis sing Wonderwall. I know you all know Wonderwall.
Right. Oasis is certainly at the top of the list.
100%. And then there's the Stone Roses. That's another band. Manchester United Football Club.
I was going to say, so then just footballers.
Footballers, all the footballers. There's another rapper from Manchester who blew up before me called Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone's pretty big. He's pretty big too.
Yeah,
right?
Bugsy Malone's big.
And that's kind of it though. I mean, is that
there's definitely more people.
And is the Manchester accent similar to, like, what is there anyone else in the UK that has an accent similar to Manchester?
I think the closest you can put it to is Liverpool.
I didn't want to sound ignorant because us Americans were constantly just scared to sound stupid, but I was going to say I would think Liverpool is it.
Liverpool, both up north.
Got it.
We're both up north. London's down south.
So I can't believe you get to pull that shit in London too.
Yeah.
So here you get it, but they just think you're British and that's cool.
I'll just tell girls that here I'm from London. because when I start explaining I'm from Manchester, they don't get it, and I'm in the club and I've got to start repeating myself because it's all loud in the club and that. So I'll just be like, yeah, I'm from London. Oh yeah, you're from the UK? Yeah,
UK.
Wow, yeah. But then obviously if I'm in London, I'll be like, yeah, I'm from Manor.
All right, so tell me, H, what have been some of the cool experiences you've gotten to have since you were in Toronto for a little while, you've been in New York for a while, you're going to LA. What have been some of the cool things you've gotten to experience?
Sick. Toronto was lit.
Toronto's a great place.
Amazing place. It exceeded expectations. Made some sick music out there. I'm not gonna lie, we went out almost every night. We got treated like kings out there. Big up DJ Charlie B, big up Showtime, big up Big George, big up all them man there. Oh yeah, I went to the Raptors game.
Okay.
We met Drake.
Wow, you met Drake?
First time, yeah, we met him for the first time.
What was that experience? Take us through that. What was that like?
That was lit. We went, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like a club in the Raptors stadium. It's crazy. So you go up, and then I was just stood there waiting to get in the door, and I just felt someone touch my shoulder, and then I thought it was going to be one of them moments like, are you from the UK? Like, you know what we were just talking about. And I turned around and it was my man. I was like, oh shit, wagwan. He was like, yo, you good? Went in the club. Calm, just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talked, he asked me how long I was there for. I told him. He said he's got a party tomorrow, pull up. So we went to the party the next day. That was lit. I don't know how much information I'm supposed to be sharing on this party.
You're doing a good job. So far. You don't want to give too much. But
I will tell you that the ratio of men to women was absolutely unreal. Yeah.
Okay, just for the record, I don't think Drake will get upset. He's
he won't get upset.
Wait, man said that there was a lot of chicks in my party?
Yeah.
This is disrespect.
Yeah. So yeah, I was happy in that place.
Where does the Drake interaction rank for you among moments of meeting someone that you were like, oh wow?
It's up there. Do you know what it is? I feel like, you know, as I've just got older and just further on into my career, so to say, I just feel you just realise more how much people are normal people, no matter if it's, you know, someone from the UK or Drake. Obviously, don't get it twisted. I was gassed, and I definitely like, but it was just more like, how do I explain this without sounding like big? I was gonna meet Drake one day. Do you get what I mean? It was just when. And then that was the day, to be fair.
What have you met 50 before?
No. I'll go crazy. That's when I'm going crazy. That's when I might ask someone for a picture there. I've never asked no one for a picture ever in my life.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people are? And I'm not saying I'm with you. I don't know the last time I asked for a picture unless I know the person so well that I'm like, let's take a picture. But asking for a picture. What is it about us besides like the obvious, like you just don't want to seem like a fanboy, but like, what is it?
I think firstly, I know what it gets like a lot getting asked for pictures. I don't mind, but sometimes it's the time and the place in it. Like Drake, for example, obviously the guys like the Raptors game, like man ain't trying to take pictures.
Like he's having a good time. You don't want to be. Yeah. You're not going to be the one who breaks up your good time for work.
Yeah, but even more than that, I feel like it's just a thing of like, back to the Instagram thing. Like I don't care about people seeing me in a new outfit or anything. And I don't really, not to sound bad, I don't really care if people know that I've met Drake or not. Do you get what I mean? I've met him.
Right, it is what it is.
It's done, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really... Because all that's good. What's going to happen, we're going to post a picture, we'll get some likes, like we said.
Right, whereas the 50 thing will mean something for you to have the picture.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even need to post a 50 cent picture, it's just there, you know what I'm saying? But... yeah, I suppose, so we post a picture, get a couple likes. The only thing that's going to happen then is my DMs is just going to be filled up with, when's the Drake song coming out? And we didn't make a song.
Right, you're going to talk to him for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, like, it's just one of those. But but he's definitely shown love. He invited us to the
And he's very UK aware, so I'm sure he was aware of it.
Oh, yeah, he knows, yeah, 100%. It was funny because his boy Chubbs, we met him at the game, we was just chatting at the game normal, and then we went to the party the next day and we was chatting at the party again, and about 3 hours into the party, after a couple of drinks, Chubbs came back up to me and he was like, bro, I didn't even know you was Aitch. It was like, I've been talking to you like you anybody. I didn't know you was Aitch.
Oh, he was just showing you love to show love.
He was just showing me love because I was there. He didn't know I was me at first, and he was like, oh yeah. he was like, the boy plays your shit in the gym. They all call him the boy.
I know. It's one of the reasons that I think there are many reasons I think Drake and I are not in the closest space we've ever been in. One is I will not refer to him as the boy.
The boy.
I don't think I could call anyone the boy.
Bro, I'm saying to you, I'm in the club, yeah. No one calls him Drake, bro. Like, I'm in the
I've heard that, I know.
Bro, I'm in the club, yeah. They was like, oh, you was at the boy's house? Who? Like,
Listen,
Drake,
you
like,
have a
what?
goal now. You need to work towards this. You need to get to a point
I
where
need to be
people
that guy
refer
in
to you. In Manchester, people are just like, the man.
The man, yeah, I need, yeah, the
I don't
man,
know the bloke. I don't know what the fuck it would be.
The fella.
The fella.
Yeah.
Has it gotten difficult to be out and about? Manchester's not a huge place, so has it gotten hard to just be out and about, go to restaurants, etc. in Manchester? Or no.
Bro, I come home. There's people waiting outside my gate. This everything, but I'm never nothing. Dangerous, malicious, more just I came home one time, come in the gates, open my car door, and I looked at the gate and I can just see like feet. I can just see like loads of sneakers at my gate. I'm thinking, what's going on? I ran up, put my head over. Yo, what you doing? Man, I'm just smoking a spliff outside my house just because it's my house and they want to smoke. I'm saying, you can't do this, bro. Like, you need to go.
You can't say I'm smoking a spliff at Aitch's. He was like, I just want to say I smoked a spliff at Aitch's house.
Literally. And do you know what? Big him up in it. I didn't go mad. I was like, man, them, you just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be sat in my house with my baseball bat in my hand, like, waiting for someone to walk in. Like, it can't be done. And then, like, yeah, like, I'll be in bed. People will be driving past with my songs on, beeping the shit and that. So, never even mind going to restaurants. Even at the crib, it's mad, but I'm not complaining at all.
But is it simultaneously, is it nice to be here and be nobody right now?
Bro, I love just walking to the shop, getting a drink, walking back to the hotel. No one noticing me. It's nice.
And by the way, the funny thing about New York is you could do that in New York until you're practically Drake's level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be pretty big and mostly walk around.
Yeah.
And cats will, like, even once you're bigger, they'll check you out and be like, oh. But like, people don't. I'm not saying no one fans out for people, but unless you're like that,
the guy,
you're pretty, the boy.
The boy, my bad.
No disrespect intended.
Yeah, definitely. I think, an artist could never complain about stuff like that because it's what you pray for in the first place. But obviously, be careful what you wish for, innit? Everyone knows that one. But I'd never get angry at it. Well, I might get a little bit angry for a split second, but then I think, wow, this is what I asked for. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and if tomorrow I walked out in Manchester and not one person asked me for a picture, I would be very scared and I would be worried about my career. So
that's the thought process.
Let's keep it that way.
I had a moment once, the worst, and I'm far in New York. I'm far from Aitch in Manchester, but on the worst day of my life, legitimately worst the whole week. My marriage was falling apart. Right, like everything was falling apart. And I went to a therapist's office. Great guy, still my therapist to this day.
Yeah.
And it was our first session. And he was in this office downtown, all right? And I had to go all the way downtown. And his building, I get to the building, they've got a line for security. It's one of those buildings. I was like, damn it, Jesus Christ, got a security line. Mm-hmm. Yo, I'm in such a bad way, bro, that I said...
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
No, please. It's been 3 years. I need to be able to start laughing. I said to the people online, you want to know what pain is, people? I say to the people online, it's an emergency. Can I skip ahead of y'all? I asked everyone, and they were like, oh, but they let me skip ahead. Yeah. So I fill out the thing, and I'm like, I get into the elevator. He's on like the 55th floor or some shit. It was ridiculous. And I'm standing there, eyes red, been crying the whole cab ride down. Someone's like, Rosenberg? I was like... And then the guy next to him was like, that's not Rosenberg. I was like, wait, am I really about to have the biggest fanboy moment imaginable
today?
Right now? I sit in elevators in New York all the time. But to your point, it's what you wanted, right? Like, that's what you wanted. So you don't get to pick the days.
You don't get to pick. No, 100%. That's a good one. It's a good story, that. It's a good story.
It was so bad.
You don't get to pick the days, man. And you know what I'm saying? And also, there's only that 1% where it's not pleasant sort of thing. Like, every day, these little kids, I'll take a picture of a kid, it will make their week. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're happy, like, so that makes me happy. So Yeah, you would. I think not to put anyone, throw anyone under the bus if they have done this, but I think you're pretty much a dickhead in it if you hate that.
Yeah, and if you can't realize that in that moment, like, yeah, you're taking an L today, but in the long run, what are we doing here? Listen, it's been a pleasure, bro.
Thank you very much.
Really enjoyed getting to know you.
Thanks for having me, bro.
His name is Aitch, Manchester's own. Look for an album, top of the year. Go stream him everywhere. And to all the hardcore Aitch fans who are mad that I didn't know more and asked him shit that you already knew, hey, go fuck yourself. But I love you, and keep supporting Aitch because he's a great guy. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Peace, yo.
Love.